Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Dead Space 2. Zamir's a little busy in here. Everything's coming to a head, you know. We're trying to get to that marker, and we got that regenerator on our asses. You know, kind of like, that. Excuse me. So this is what we're doing? Really? Oh, wait. What did I just open? Okay. I didn't hit a dead end, did I? Huh. So this is what we're doing. Jesus Christ, he's fast. I mean, look at his neurokinetics, they're way above normal. Oh, I can't open the door while I'm reloading. That is ass. Wait, can I not go back? What am I supposed to do? Oh, for God's sake. Whoa, that's more like it. It's a little bright, pardon me. That, whoa. It's even bigger than I thought. I thought it was big. What the? Douchebag. Dude? Wow, I don't know how I'm getting out of this. Unless Ellie suddenly comes back somehow.
I won't let you throw all this away.
Do I? Oh, damn! Wow, Isaac. Yep.
Thank you, Isaac. Now, time to die.
Wait. Hey, it's the opening menu of the game.
Yours is the last body we need to be reborn.
Oh my God.
The makers must be absorbed.
The makers? You mean me?
Runes. Runes everywhere. Oh, good Lord. I don't.
I trusted you. Fuck you. And fuck your marker.
You. Bitch. Well, I could reunite her with one thing. This. Come on, baby, it's my birthday. I'm ready to go. Hit me. Hit me. Do I hit her or do I hit the marker? Her. Where the hell did she go? I'm sorry for making you dizzy. I can't really... Wait for it. Ooh. So that's how you're doing it. So that's how you're doing it. You annoying little bitches. And you drop items. I think we have a new best friend. Hit me, baby, one more. Whoa! Can I get out of this? Or does it touch me and I die? Could I have kept that going, do you think? Nope. Jesus. Wow, that's ugly. What a visual. Ugh. Okay, so boss fights, mildly annoying, but for God's sake, don't let her touch you. So, the moral of the story is absolutely do not use the buzzsaw on her. Use them on the necromorphs, but not her, because that's too close range. Fine. Now, line guns for the little friends. Hey, come on! Oh, make us whole and all that. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking. No, I want to listen. You know. Go ahead. I want to know what it is you are going to say to me. Boom! Boo! Uh-oh. I had to reload. Boy howdy, Nicole, you're kind of quick. I got all day, bitch. I got all day. Now be gone, witch. You are not supposed to be here. Alright. Whoops! Come on! I don't know where Nicole herself is, which is a problem. Nicole herself is a little too close for comfort. This is kind of a cool fight. I like this. I can get behind this. Gotcha, bitch. Oh, no. Keep going, by all means. I got 92 shots, and I got all of them in the world for that goddamn core, which I'm going to take down right now. Whoa, Nicole's a little close for comfort again. Yowza. Kitties, I'm trying to reload. Nicole can get away from me. Am I in the last of my shots? I think I am. This is a problem. However, what are these? Line racks? No. Where's Nicole? Alright. Shut up! Oh, we have a winner! We have a winner, and it is me! Sorry about that light, folks. I'm not expecting these bright lights. Urge to kill. Falling. Gone! Although I'm still at low health. This is gonna come back to bite me, isn't it? Spoiler alert, there's gonna be a Dead Space 3. I know I'm gonna live. Well, Tiedemann's dead. Nicole is put away for now. Marker's wrecked. Again. Whoa. Wait, what? Really? That's how it's doing the credits? Spoilers, there's a Dead Space 3. We're living through this. What a way to do credits. I can't do anything either. And it has this elegant music to it too.
You complete bastard.
Ha!
Was this your great plan? Dump me off and die?
Full of bad ideas, remember?
Yeah, well here's another one. I'm crashing through the roof to get you. Now move your ass.
Really?
Too late. Stay clear of the station.
Yeah, well you don't really have a say this time. Heads up.
How about that? Still, it's Dead Space 2. You think she'll live? You'll also notice that the credits stop. They really fooled me. Am I controlling this? I am. To a degree, I am. I can't really... Oh! I can't really tether to it. I guess it's just to avoid the obstacles. Which is not very easy, but... I'm trying! Yes! Holy crap! But it's Dead Space. I'm still not satisfied. I'm waiting for bad things to happen. Oh god. Shut the hatch, asshole. Shut the hatch, asshole. Alright. Alright. Wait for it. Where's Ellie? Where's Ellie? Don't do it again. Don't even.
What?
Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Oh, they got me. They got me. That's hysterical. It did the music and everything. That's freaking genius. You remember the jump scare from the first game? Nicely done, Dead Space 2. God damn, it totally fooled me. Wow, we just straight up had a happy ending, or at least as happy as we could. Oh, they got me. And you know what actually really pleases me? Is the final boss was more of a psychological battle. I'm not saying that psychological battles are better than regular ones. It's just that the series plays itself off as sort of a horror series, like a third-person shooter horror series. And the final boss of the first game was a big monster, but it wasn't really scary. It's like, it's the final boss. It's just freaking huge. I wasn't like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Like, this actually kind of worked better. Once again, you're fighting your own insanity and the marker directly. It wasn't like a big monster set-piece fight or anything like that. It was kind of a set-piece fight, but it was handled in such a way that... You know what it reminded me of? The end boss of God of War 1. Not the Ares fight, but rather when Kratos has to fight the millions of little himselfs and protect his family at the same time. This was having to fight millions of little necromorphs. For God's sake, don't let Nicole touch you. And then hit the marker when you can. It was cool that the marker had those nasty cores, but, like, didn't have, like, growths that attacked you. Now, one thing I'm curious about is what was that convergence thing Tiedemann was talking about? It looked like all the necromorphs were floating into the marker, but for what purpose? Then again, I think we nuked the thing, so I guess we get all the necromorphs together and blew them up. Here's my question. They made a whole big thing about the regenerator in the first game, and they actually had the guy talk about it, and we finally took it down with the craziest way possible. In this case, we just kind of avoided it. And, like, we got away from it. But the thing is, the way this thing bounces through vents, couldn't it have followed us up to where Tiedemann encountered us? It just kind of didn't. I guess good for us in terms of gameplay, but I kind of thought that there would be, like, like a send-off for that thing, because it kind of became the relentless force by the end of the game. It was also kind of cool that there wasn't like a fight with Tiedemann. They never really do that with the humans. Jesus Christ, though, man. We fought the final boss after being shot in the chest and the hand. We do not give a damn. Sorry, Tiedemann, we got better things to do. Now, use our weapons like we never got injured in the first place. Alright. My god, though, did he have to use the goddamn javelin gun? Like, that just looked extremely painful. Especially when we shot ourselves in the head with the goddamn javelin gun. I wish it was the plasma cutter, so our head would have been blown off instead of having that incredibly nasty-looking corpse. Jesus. You know, that was also a really cool twist. We finally got over Nicole. And then we're still insane because we're seeing her, but she's non-threatening. But it turns out we didn't get over our insanity. I mean, obviously we knew this. She was still hanging around. But we didn't get over her maliciousness. She never became benign and our ally. The marker just changed tactics because we realized that the malicious side wasn't going to get through to us, because it's like, Nicole, I'm not listening to you. I know you're a projection of the marker. So once it allied ourselves with us, it only appeared to do so. So we figured, the curse of the marker is broken. Now it really is just our insanity and not a marker projection. So now we're dealing with our own head instead of the marker. But no, apparently it was the marker just kind of leading us along anyway, back to itself to make us whole. I mean, yes, benign Nicole still said make us whole, and that actually did kind of bother me, but I figured, she's no longer glowing orange with that light coming out of her mouth, so we're probably okay. So it was giving us a hint that she was still a marker projection. I just kind of glazed over that, I guess is the term for it. I was just kind of like, yeah, it's there, but I don't care anymore. I should have paid a little closer attention. The fact that she said make us whole, and really the fact that she's there at all, should have still been a warning signal to me, because you didn't see us having visions of her before the marker got involved in the first game. It was only when the marker became a factor that we really started to have those visions and finally interactions with Nicole. So that really was a cool twist. She was malicious the entire time. She was just playing nice for the sake of getting us close to the marker. Dick move, man, but it was really a cool trick. I totally bought that. And it was also kind of cool. I was complaining earlier in the game, oh god damn it, we're having another orange vision. Alright, let us get through this. It's not a sanity effect if you telegraph itself. But I guess that really made the twist at the end all the more potent, because I'm like, oh, no more orange, therefore it's okay. No, it wasn't. I totally bought that. Well done. At this point, I guess the only thing to do is see if there's going to be a post-credit anything. And once again, there is going to be a Dead Space 3. So, I mean, at the end of Dead Space 1, you're like, oh man, did Isaac die? I don't know. And the existence of Dead Space 2 means no, he didn't. But this was straight up a happy ending. We got away with Ellie. I cannot believe. I really thought it was going to be some load of bull where it's like, she came down on the ship and saved us. Yeah, and we got in the ship and somehow she fell out for some contrived reason. Oh, sorry, everybody dies but Isaac again. We actually made it out. That's crazy. Like, that's almost a twist in and of itself, is that the ending didn't suck. Not that Dead Space is a pattern of this, because this is only the second game, but I mean, everything in Dead Space sucks regarding what happens to characters. So, we made off really as well as we could. Tiedemann's dead, those other unitologists are dead, Marker blew up, the facility blew up, and we're alive. That was really cool that Ellie actually turned the ship back around. I thought that was going to be our send-off, and now, like, oh, well, we're screwed. But no. Really awesome. I really like this game. Just so much going on with those, especially with the stalkers. Giving me that sense of dread that I didn't have as much of in the first game. It was kind of there, especially when the tentacle monster things came along, but I was never really like afraid to turn every corner. The environments in this game kind of had a little more of that effect on me. I mean, it was still, a lot of it was still wait for the monsters to pop out and then shoot them in the limbs, but it still had more moments where I'm like, oh god, like there's gonna be a monster somewhere around here and I don't know where. Moments, which was kind of nice. I also found it interesting that the monsters that were with Nicole appeared to be the Swarm, maybe a little more tentacly on their heads, but they kind of fought like the Swarm, except that I guess they could take a hit. The Swarm couldn't take any kind of hits, except for maybe a couple melees. Those things went down so quickly. Whew. Let's see what else. Well, I made some dumb mistakes in the past regarding whether characters lived or died. I've been consistently wrong about that. Dr. Mercer, I killed him myself and didn't pick up on that obvious connection. Sorry about that. Dana, I was like, I don't know, you think she's dead after her ship gets blown up and she gets sucked into space? I don't know, maybe she's still alive. Then Ellie gets stabbed in the eye. It cuts off before it happens, but it turns out it actually happened. I'm like, well, she's dead. No, spoilers. She lives. Alright. And then we got a needle in our own eye. Except we got to keep our eye. That was horrible to watch. You know what it was? It's not even that you get a shot to the eye, because I've seen that in some games, like Silent Hill Homecoming, or you don't see it, but you hear it and get all sorts of grisly descriptions in Corpse Party. The problem with this game is that, well, what made it work in this game, the problem that I had, because I was squeamish about that, is that not only do you have to do it to yourself, but it makes you look, because accuracy's involved. You actually have to pay attention as the game's zooming into your eye. Oh, jeez. And if you mess up, then, my god, are you punished. Even if you succeed, it's like, well, you did it, congratulations. Still, look away for God's sake. Oh, the messages to the families in the credits is kind of cool. Looking for a way out from the dark and nothingness. Love and gratitude. Please don't kill me in my sleep. I get a kick out of these wacky little credit things. Thank you, John and Lois, for being there. I saw something about like the worst cats ever. Her. Thanks to 137 trimethylxanthine. I don't know what's going. Thanks me for being downright fierce. Nice. We got a Ryu player up in here. It's downright fierce. Well, the special thanks are over. You think it's gonna be the end of the credits, or is it gonna be one of those teases? Nah, okay, we're at the end. I hate that, seeing special thanks, and it's like, well, now for 16 other categories. Oh no.
This is Flight Team
Woo!
G9 to Control. We have completed the flyby. There's nothing left. I repeat, Titan Station has been completely destroyed.
Sweet.
And the marker.
Negative.
Sweet.
This, sir. Marker Site 12 is a total loss.
12.
18. Recall all flights and return to base. The other sites will have to pick up the pieces.
Look at this intrigue. Is this freaking Metal Gear Solid? Goodbye, Mr. President. So clearly they were setting up for a sequel with this one. Dead Space 1 could have stood alone. This one, there will clearly be a Dead Space 3. Like, even without my foreknowledge, this would have been plainly obvious. You unlocked other suits. Yay! New items in the store. Schematics lost in the sprawl. Woohoo! Hardcore mode. Yep. Yeah, there's actually a weapon you can unlock. It's like a foam hand. Like, you know, one of those things you see at sporting events, like Wear Number 1. And when you fire it, you actually say, pow, 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 pew, 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 bang, 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 and it kills anything in like one hit. But to get that, you have to beat hardcore mode without dying, and with a minimum, or a maximum, I think, of like 5 saves. Screw that. New Game Plus mode, of course. And yay, we're done. Oh, there's a marker in the background now. That's cool. That's a nice little touch. Because at first it was just this crazy, these nerve-ending looking things in the background. Also, check this out. I never noticed this. You can look around with the right stick. Words up there. I don't know what they mean, though. Oh well. That said, this game freaking kicked ass.
Well, we have done it. We have beaten Dead Space 2. Oh my god, this game was freaking amazing. It really, I really did find it to be better than Dead Space 1 in pretty much every way, gameplay-wise. The control changes took a little bit of getting used to, as you saw in the first 2 installments. Especially reloading. I'm holding L1 and pressing X and doing nothing while enemies are smacking me in the face. I had to change it over to square. It was little things like that, but once I got used to them, it was no big deal. And it was also really cool, once again, to be able to open a door while aiming. It's a little thing, but it was great for me when I was waiting for jump scares all the time in the first game. And I'm like, I gotta put my gun down before I open the door. Is that going to be a good idea? Amusingly enough, the only time enemies were directly behind upcoming doors was in this game. So, oh well, I guess it was a moot point. They only really did it to me when I could have been adequately prepared for it. Good stuff. And you know what? I kept saying that Nicole turned benign, and I guess it was, it was okay. We had nothing more to worry about, although I really should have clued in on the fact that she still kept saying, make us whole. You know what also should have clued me in? I got caught up in the moment, so I was thinking, yeah, this will help us beat the game, but the whole eye surgery thing, what I didn't get about that was that I kind of wasn't making the connection between when Strauss did it to Ellie and when Nicole's going to have us do it to ourselves. When Strauss did it to Ellie, he was clearly a raving lunatic who was off his rocker. Like, this guy is done, and as payment for what he did to her, we killed him. And now we're like, yeah, you know that thing we hate more than anything? Let's do it to ourselves. Really? Once again, Nicole could have made us do it to ourselves, but then we would have had a MASH X fest, and we would have gotten out of it. So no, instead, she convinced us that it was necessary, and she had us do it to ourselves. So she gets what she wants, and we get to keep our eye and not have it violently occur. Either way, we were really playing right into her hands at that time. So, I don't know. I wasn't thinking, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I was thinking, I should do it, but it's gonna suck. Nicole really put one over on me. I keep saying it, but it's true. Oh well. One of the things I definitely like a lot more about this game as compared to its predecessor is that you're an engineer. You do engineering things. The way you get the plasma cutter is brilliant. You dismantle a machine. Regarding opening doors or activating parts of the ship, in the first game you would have gone to a blue panel and pressed open door or activate this part of the ship. Dead Space 2 had a little of that, but a lot of the case where it came to opening doors and things of that sort, or fixing broken machinery, you'd straight up stick your fist in those wires and work at the thing with that little make the icon blue mini game thing until it worked. So you really were kind of doing engineering things. You were attaching thrusters to doors and to machinery to push them open or push them away. You were really getting more of a hands-on experience. Speaking of which, Zero Gravity was free-flying this time instead of pick a point to stick to. That seems more of kind of an old-school mechanic. It worked fine in Dead Space 1, and it actually kept things a little simpler because it was so easy to just lose all sense of orientation in this. Thankfully, you had an orientation button, R2, where you would right yourself in the air. That was really useful. But being able to fly around, while it did make things more complicated, also obviously gave you a lot more freedom with what you were doing. When you see enemies shooting at you, you didn't have to go, I gotta run out of the way, just on the wall. You could just move however the hell you wanted. It was pretty cool. Gave you more access to secret areas. You didn't have to line up your shot. Just get in there. Fly as you please. Good stuff. Oxygen. I upgraded my oxygen a few times in the first game, and people were saying, why would you even do that? You have more than enough. Although there were a couple of times where I thought it was money well spent. This time, though, you start the game with 2 minutes worth of oxygen. Yeah, I never had to do anything about that. If I ever needed to recharge, there were like 3 recharge stations right there. It wasn't about, oh god, you might run out of oxygen. It was, can you handle your time wisely? You could always bounce back, just like, they wanted you to get it done just in an oxygen environment. If they weren't actively trying to kill you, that was left for the necromorphs and some of the environmental hazards. So I thought that that was really well handled as well. Now, a lot of people, whenever they compare the first 2 games, said that Dead Space 1 felt a lot more claustrophobic and gave them a sense of dread, while Dead Space 2 was more just jump scares. Honestly, I really felt that it was the opposite. Maybe Dead Space 1 didn't have jump scares, except for, the final cutscene, which, by the way, Dead Space 2's parody of was just hilarious. Ellie's just sitting there like, what? Game over. But in Dead Space 1, every scare that was in the game was, you're walking in a room, oh my god, a monster, and fight him off. In Dead Space 2, there wasn't nearly as... I mean, there was a bunch of that, but that wasn't the entire game. There were monsters that popped out of walls instead of just ran at you from afar, or something like that. There were monsters that used the vents more often than in Dead Space 1, especially that goddamn regenerator. And anytime they fought the Stalkers, the rooms were extremely carefully thought out and well designed. There were all sorts of obstacles that things could hide behind. They're poking their heads around. That first time in the Unitarian Church, that supply storage room with all those boxes everywhere, you really felt on edge while fighting them. And when you take down 3 of them, you're still never sure if that's all of them. Those rooms were, like, especially the later rooms. The first room was obvious, but the later rooms were massive. So I'm killing everything I see, and I really don't know if the room is clear. Then all of a sudden, one runs at me. Like, that was just so cool. Those were definitely my favorite enemies in the game, just because they themselves kind of embodied what it means to be survival horror. The enemies were using tactics and popping out at you, but because they could melee only, they're just bull rushing you. I mean, in most shooters, you'd have enemies using cover, but these things, because they make a beeline toward you so quickly, it really puts you on edge, because, yeah, you can shoot and they can't shoot back, but they're running at you so quickly, you're like, and you get into a little panic before they reach you. Even when you take off their legs, they're crawling much more quickly than they have any right to, and they're really loud when they crawl. It was very well implemented. Ellie doesn't die. She actually is helpful to you. That's 2 unique things in Dead Space. They're not trying to freaking murder you, and they're not dead within seconds. That was another great change about the game. I mean, for it to be all the more effective, Dead Space 1 had to be the way it was, just so you got into a pattern. Just because Dead Space 2 broke the Dead Space pattern and made it all the more effective, which was really awesome. And overall, this game was a freaking blast. Just like Dead Space 1, I would totally play this again. And both games give you incentives to do so, with new items and new game plus. You can max out your characters, get extra suits, all that good stuff. And if you really want to, you could beat hardcore mode. And fun fact, even if you don't worry about that foam hand, and you beat hardcore mode, you die a bunch of times, you save however many times you want, if you just play it just to beat hardcore mode and that's it, there is a harder level of difficulty called Zealot, which is just unforgiving. Hardcore mode sucks, Zealot mode is just no. So there's always that too, if you really want to go all out. I had a lot of fun with this game, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching. And once again, I would like to give special thanks to the people who submitted title cards to me. So, special thanks to, in order of submission and therefore order of appearance, Kajek's Party, actually, one thing I should mention about that. Kajek's Party's handle on that guy with the glasses is Kajek's Party, what I've been saying, but when she does Let's Plays of her own, and on Space Monkey Mafia Studios, she goes by Me Gamer. It looks kind of like Mega Mer, like it's the word me followed by gamer. So from this point on, I'll be saying special thanks to Me Gamer, as well as Jack Frost and Roller42. Thank you all so much for your submissions. They're amazing. And special thanks to all the viewers for watching. Once again, I freaking love Dead Space. One thing that I'm debating is that I happen to have here the limited edition of Dead Space 2, and what makes it limited edition is that it also comes with Dead Space Extraction, which was also available for the Wii. It's an on-a-rail shooter. I guess it plays kind of like Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. You don't control where your character moves, but you got all sorts of stuff coming at you, and you're mowing them down. So I might consider playing that. I'm debating between playing that next or playing the other Let's Play that I had in mind. I don't know if I want to get too Dead Space heavy, but I would like to tackle that at one point. With one stipulation. It says it's move compatible, and of course it is. You know, point and click to shoot better, but I don't have a move, nor do I plan on buying one. If I can play with a controller, great. If it requires a move, which honestly I doubt, then I'm not going to be covering it. But if I can play with a controller, then I'll tackle it. So I'm thinking of playing that, or the other Let's Play I've already been recording and have in mind. Either way, we're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching again, and until next time, everyone.